Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Frisman, and today we're going on with some of Hades 2. And we've got the fists, and you know what? I feel like we want to just start upgrading stuff.
Reveal your secrets.
You know?
Malphon, awaken.
There we go. Aspected Demeter. We'll max that out, and then we'll go for a run. As we're going to do that anyway. And each stage 2 we need to complete, so let's go do that. Let's go do that. Work has been fun at the moment. Quite hilarious. Oh, I didn't change my...
You were well on your way out of there last time, nephew. But no matter, we'll just get you on another voyage to the top.
Cool. Oh, that's great. Just attacks push stuff away. I'll take that. Yeah, I forgot to change my keepsake, and now I've got to suffer the problem that I've now created by... I guess it's not that bad. Could be far worse. Ooh. But yeah, I mean... I just want to chill out. I want to have an easy run if I can get it. It would be nice. Just to sit back, relax, not worry. Although I have this feeling that I'm now... that I've started trying to play this game. My hardware is going to have an issue. It's like, we're going to have some technical difficulties.
I'll destroy you.
But who knows, who knows. But yeah, I'm kind of excited. I mean, some of the kind of like, I don't know, new and experimental games coming out tomorrow for like Xbox, which is kind of interesting. So I'm kind of looking to play through those and just kind of see what they're like more than anything else. They've got like is it Flintlock, which that's going to be interesting, which either comes out literally probably as this video gets uploaded. Once, you know, I've done editing it, even if it is the small map editing that I end up doing. Oh god, I'm so lazy.
Ahoy there.
You know, I was just thinking, sir. Sometimes I am a little envious of you and Baldy there. You seem to have things pretty figured out. I still grow frustrated with myself quite often and don't always know whom to turn to.
Oh, well, I just think you're in a tough spot lately, Prince. But you'll get through. As for old Baldy, why, by all means, do not hesitate to lay your troubles on him if you like. Dumped all of mine on him a while back.
So I can just walk up and talk to him and chat? That's all it takes?
That's truly all it takes to make a friend sometimes, indeed, Highness. Now here.
Truer words are never spoken. To the darkness.
I've got just the thing.
Thanks. Baldy, I'm Zagreus. Good to make your acquaintance. I know that friends are difficult to come by here in Tartarus, and so I'm grateful that you seem to be a trusty one.
I don't think I've ever actually seen that in More Times of Playing.
Okay.
I think he likes you.
I can't believe I'm still actually finding new stuff about this game, or at least stuff that I barely remember. That's put a smile on my face, that has. I mean, you'd be surprised just like some of the simple stuff like that does actually is kind of hilarious, you know? That's kind of what I miss about some games, is just that sort of attention to detail where it's just that little bit of effort can sometimes go like a really long way.
Who's laughing now?
Let's go with war.
Would that I knew the goddess Nyx myself, my kin. So many of my wars are waged by night. I am most grateful, and I wish her well.
Good for you. Special inflicts doom. I'll take that. I will take that indeed, and we'll go get a level in something.
Blood and darkness.
What's your rush there, boy?
I'm trapped.
But yeah. You know, I've kind of been like just chilling at the moment, which is, you know, it's kind of like at the end of a long-term work stint. Which I keep saying about it, like, you know, it's just, as I kind of said before, my life is not very interesting at the moment. Usual stuff, got like parties and stuff to go to, although haven't got any other plans as such for the meantime. Which is not a bad thing, I guess, but...
Again, you make a mockery of me.
And increase the doom, please. Oh yeah, and we have unlocked this. And a fishing spot, I heard. I heard the ping. I did hear the ping. I remembered, folks. I remembered a fishing spot. I said this in the Binding of Isaac video, but I am kind of happy that, you know, not many people watch these videos. Because I probably get so many comments of just like, you missed this, you missed this, you missed this, you missed this, you're an idiot, you're terrible at the game. And I'll be like, yeah, I know.
I was at times uncharitable with the goddess Nyx when we were closer long ago. After she bore her first children, I nevertheless expected her attention to remain undivided. I kept creating. When finally I slowed, I realized my mistake, that our connection had been severed by that point.
That is not true. You can always maintain the connection. I can gain an extra one of those, which is actually pretty good. My dash strike would be interesting, the increase in attack would be, but I can't use my special for a bit. But we'll take the added grasp. And some nectar, because, yep, we've got to keep those going. You just can't use my cast for a little bit, then.
More ringers.
Oh yeah, I forget. The annoyance of armor. I always forget about that. But yeah, I mean, there are small stuff I'm looking forward to at the moment, and
Nothing.
I'm kind of hoping for something good. Really. Sorry, that momentary sneeze. I doubt anyone wants to hear that on my mic. Yeah, more darkness, why not?
Stop him, Riches, now!
No time to lose.
But yeah. Interesting.
There.
But yeah.
Satisfied?
There we are.
I don't know, I say my life is boring, but there's not really much goes on with it. You know, I'm a normal bloke that kind of just does his own thing, essentially. I think most of the time it's I'm quite happy with the way that I end up doing things in my life. You know, although it's been a while since I've actually had like some proper time off, which I've got to set up again, because last time I went out, it was nice. Just went out snowboarding, and that took a week and a half of doing that, which was great fun. Absolutely loved it. I should take the weapon upgrade here. And I would like to go again, although my skills are probably very rusty and I'm probably not as fit as I used to be. Special becomes a flying key that does 40 base damage twice. Yeah, why not? Let's see how this works.
Malphon grows stronger.
Because that'd be 40 damage times by 5 if I get the hits off. So, interesting.
Why not?
Cast Max's round. Yeah, why not? It's actually pretty good still. And then the weapon upgrade. Level. We'll do the tides because I would need to at least have some
It's Meg again.
damage on there.
Guess not. I don't understand. But I'm not who you think I am. My father sent you to stop me, that's all.
But yeah. I just kind of waiting for the plan that I end up setting up for like actually taking some time off. You know, just would be nice. If the plan to go somewhere nice is the real question.
Oh no.
Where I would go, I don't know. I mean, there's a few things on my list I would like to go and do. Most of the ones I don't end up going because, like, you know, I feel like I should share that experience. But no, I really do need to take the chance and just go there. Between that, I do think I need a bit of time to myself again. Like in the sense of like getting away from things. Because as much as you can like do to distract yourself, I think you do need to separate
I'm innocent.
a lot of stuff.
A curse of chaos has expired.
Not just you know, go home, relax, you know, have time to yourself, usual stuff. I think you like actually need time away, and also kind of like experience the world and stuff.
Already made it out of Tartarus.
Let's pick up the conch as we're getting some semi-decent boons, I guess.
Let's think about this. Closer to the surface.
So yeah, there are lots of options. The problem is like world politics sometimes can make stuff really annoying and frustrating. With everything else going on in the world, you tend to want to avoid certain places because of those. Which is a shame. I always say it, like it frustrates me that sometimes like we argue over the most stupidest things, and like even now we will still tend to argue over those stupid things. In some cases it's for the most petty reasons as well. Like I'm not a politics expert, but you know, yeah, better discussions ever had on the internet. But it's just always hilarious. Like, even on a basic level, I don't think humans will ever change from this idea of the fact that I have to be better than the person next to me. You know? Yeah, I can't let them do that because they might think they're superior to me. But it is what it is, isn't it?
Come in.
You know, I've never met a nymph before. You're closer to the gods than mortals, right?
Yeah, gods that can die. How is that fair? It was just a stupid snake bite in my case. Can you imagine something more embarrassing? You're just minding your business, and then snap, you're dead and on your way down here.
I know the feeling better than you might expect.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Well, I was going to end up here sooner or later. Might as well while I'm still looking good. Though, I guess you do kind of get to lock in whatever age when you register. Bet everybody dying of old age pushed that one through.
Yeah, they probably did. They probably did. And oh, that's great.
Wow, that's good.
Two of the best boons getting upgraded to heroic.
Till
Nice.
next time.
Bye, hun.
I am not going to complain about that one. Because now I can just, like, pretty much just stack up the damage now, which is kind of nice. Kind of wish that I may have got the extra bonuses for my attack special, my bonuses on the attack from the Chaos Spoon, but it's fine. I will take my lumps. But yeah, I don't know. There's other places I would love to go. I mean, I've been to Barcelona before. That was really nice. That was just more like a small weekend. I went to Austria a few times. Maybe that's just snowboarding. It is really good when you can go and you can see it there. But then the contrast of seeing it in like the summertime is absolutely hilarious to me. Really? I managed to get hit on there while why she fired that. I don't know, I mean there's other places like, you know, been France, Paris, usual stuff I'd pass, but, you know, a lot of Spain. Haven't been to Italy, it's on my list of places I need to go. Portugal's always quite nice as well. But again, like, I haven't travelled like much in quite a long time, which I feel like I've lost out on. That should be that down. And it is about saving for the travelling as well. Like, it's an absolute ache to save all that money and then realise that you just spend it in like a week or two.
In the name of Hades.
That caused rupture. I will take that. I will take the rupture. My attacks now will deal extra damage. That'd be kind of nice.
More burn flingers?
So I think when this stuff gets knocked away, I just set that damage on them for a bit. I guess the damage is very slow though. Ouch. I should put those down. That one actually killed them, so that's brilliant.
Dark Thirst.
I would like the healing here, so I'll get more darkness. I know I should get the nectar, but it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't really have, like, that much to talk about. I think I'm having weird audio problems. So I don't think I've got all the music on for some odd reason. I have no idea why. Let's double check my settings. It's all fine. Health. Yeah, I guess we'll take health here. No. Shop. No, I can't actually buy anything from the shop. The shop's too early as well. We take health. Yeah, I guessed it was. Where's the glorious music? Damn you, game. The music is one of the reasons why I play this game so much.
Lerny, you really didn't have to reconstitute yourself just for my sake.
Ah, good old Lerny. I don't know, I think he kind of did have to reconstitute himself for my sake. Because if he didn't, I wouldn't have anyone to play with. I do love that, though. Like, getting, like 4 hits, or five hits, like one after the other is so good. Look at that. It's like 200 damage, like, really quick. It does take some charging up, though.
How about more heads?
But yeah. So most things at the moment, take it easy. I mean, trying to think of other stuff that I can want to record and things like that as well. And I don't know. Maybe do something like the my old style of game reviewing when I used to do that, which is funny. I always used to there. Can't get my words out now. There used to always be this kind of joke in my house and everything else as well with the family that I kind of had the ability to do many things mediocrely. You know, I was literally the jack of all trades. I find it hilarious because, as far as I was concerned, you know, if I didn't know information, especially back in those days, man, shows how old I am in most cases. I went to my public library, or my school's library, or my college's library, and I go and look up the information.
That's all the heads.
And yes, I'm not that old. Internet was around back then, but unfortunately, when you grow up with something, you kind of get stuck in the rut of always going to that source for information in the same way, because
Bloodless failed to stop you once again.
it's just what you do. It is really weird. But yeah, we'll get some gold. I kind of relate it to, like, it's that sort of point of comfort where you know where, you know, you won't change something because it becomes a habit. You'll change it because it becomes more an inconvenience for you to do it in the same way. But it has to become like an extreme level of inconvenience for you to change that habit. That's the hilarious thing. It's not something where it's just like, oh yeah, it's a little bit out of my way, because you'll rationalize to yourself. So yeah, but I've already done it. I've always done it this way. And I say most of the people that are probably younger than myself or around my age will probably agree with that statement of, yes, we've heard that phrase, this is the way it's always done, many times before. Most time from a boss or a fellow work colleague, but why won't you do it this way? But this is the way we've always done it. It's the most annoying phrase I've ever heard in existence, and every time I hear it, I'm like, no. There is no such thing as, this is the way it's always done. But you'd be surprised on, yeah, we'll take that hammer again, why not? On how that's still much prevalent in many parts of the industries. Especially things like manufacturing and stuff like that. Like that, it doesn't change the industry, mainly because the fact that the amount of money to change that level in the industry would cost way too much to have an impact, and essentially it's a similar idea of basically why someone would invest in solar panels on their house. You know, I'm all for renewable energy, best thing in the world, and everyone should get them there regardless of how much money they end up saving. across the overall cost of them having them installed. The reason for that is, if everyone had them installed, you'd eventually all gain the cost backs regardless of how much you spent. And yeah, my special slaying foes gives me 2% health back. I'll take that.
That feels better.
So there is method in that. If everyone just paid the cost up front, there wouldn't be this issue of, oh, us having to rock our money back. But, you know, every human out as an individual for themselves, it's just a well-known fact at this point. You know, it's never going to change, even if you wanted it to. But if we did, by this point now, everyone would have probably ended up recouping the money they spent into having the solar panels installed. Especially like in the UK, there were grants that were available at one point for people in particular homes to get them installed in their homes. Didn't cover the full cost, but covered a certain amount at one point. So it was a worthwhile investment at the time, not so much anymore. Which my parents, also being one of those people that didn't bother getting them, and now are kind of like, it's a bit late for us to do it now.
Delicious.
And that's kind of the other point. The issue is now they're so far into their own lives and everything else that it's not actually worth them putting the money down to get it sorted in the house, because they will never see profits from that. Yeah? They will never make the money back and see the savings from making that decision. So why would they do it? There's no benefit to them. Like, well, you know, there could be a benefit to them if they're willing to still put the cost, or if not a benefit to them, if, say, the rest of us, the family, put them up, and then, you know, there's the other issue is family, you know, brothers, sisters, like, how does that all get split out when it comes out in the mud with, you know, inheritance? I hate the fact these are all archers. And what should be another round of these as well? Oh, no. Cool.
Better.
We are surviving, but we'll go this way. I could get a better one on there with the upgrade, but
Now I wonder. But anyway,
we can keep gifting you. Let's do that.
why would you waste a proper vintage on the likes of me? Questions that are better left unanswered, I would guess.
I don't know. That's proper vintage. That's probably worthwhile
This eases
enough.
your burden even for a little while, then it's in good hands as far as I'm concerned.
You see a man that appreciates
Toiling
fine
around within
booze.
Elysium, I see. Battling my brethren. In the name of glory, is that it?
I'm heading for the surface. Though your brethren are slowing me down, whether for glory or at my father's behest.
Your father? Ah, that's right. But you're the prince, aren't you? You must see plainly, then, what your birthright amounts to. You're no better off than any of us here. Now go.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate all that. Yeah, restoring some life is what I
Just
want.
checking up on you, sir.
I won't be needing that.
Guess we'll take this boss fight, I guess. Not the one I wanted.
Butterfly chamber.
Oh, really? I will kill off those little things, I do not care. Okay, only one spawn, that's pretty good.
Butterflies better stay away from me.
Yeah. Guess we'll take the ultimate, I guess. I'll take HP here.
Thanatos?
Ooh, get double HP.
Sensed your presence here. Good to be working with you in a more official capacity, Zag. Shall we get started?
Is he smiling? Man, that I don't know. So that looked a bit weird to me for a moment there. I wasn't too sure why. Oh, really?
Bring it.
Just give me like some small enemies I can defeat, please. Really? Just the guy with the armor. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're winning this one. Just give me the tanky enemies and you can one-shot them. Great. Yeah, it must be nice, Thanatos. Ooh. Yeah, give me extra health. I'll take that. I'll purchase it, and I should get a fishing spot.
Come forth, fishes.
But yeah, I kind of wish like it's so simple. It's same with business and everything else as well. It's like in certain industries, it's not economical for you to make that change because during your tenure you won't see the profit in the returns, so it'll just be an expense. At which people question, why did you do it if you weren't going to make a profit? And you'll be like, oh yeah, but we make a profit in like 30 years. It's like they don't care about that. I think there's a single company in the world that would sit there and think to yourself, oh yeah, we'll do something now, so 30 years later we'll be making a profit. The only time they'll end up doing something that basically looks like that loses them money, that will make the profit later down the line, will be in the event of public image or public interest, because there's an added benefit for doing so. And it's so sleazy as well, it's very frustrating. You know, it's the same principle of the fact that why no one bothered to, or people only really kind of got like those benefits of like getting a government grant to try and put solar panels on the house, using that as an example. You know, this is why I think there's going to be regulations from the UK about like what sort of, you know, what types of vehicles can be sold. I think it's like 2030 or something like that. I don't remember. I got to look at the legislation for it.
There he is.
Not that I really know exactly what you're up to, Cuz, but if I did, I don't think anybody in Olympus is aware of it. Or, if they are, they're keeping their mouth shut, the same as me.
Very nice. Makes me sturdy. Oh, it's attack faster, that's better.
And here we go.
I get so much better on there. But yeah, I think that's when like they can no longer make like petrol diesel vehicles anymore.
Oh, hey man, what is new?
Very nice. Dash and Flick's Hangover, I'll take that. It's better than nothing. Don't need to heal. Take the upgrade.
Pay for that.
Increase the rift damage. It is quite a lot. I dash quite a lot, so the hangover damage increase is worthwhile. And let's face off against the delinquent duo again.
I shall never yield the title champion of Elysium to the likes of you.
No one asked you to. But yeah. So, yeah, there's like that legislation that eventually go into place, which will be interesting, you know. Don't know how that's going to affect stuff later down the line. There we go. Oh, come on, really? There we go, he's down there. We didn't lose a death defiance, that's the main thing. So yeah, like when that goes in, but then there's all sorts of things that will have an impact and stuff like that, but that's like one of the big things that they'll be putting in place. And again, it's not because the fact that, you know, it's worthwhile them financially to do that, it's worthwhile them because of public opinion and interest and like the way the world's going to be working later down the line anyway. Plus they've got the backup plan of going into electric vehicles most places now, EVs or hybrids. So there is some way to still make cards, but through loopholes that allow them to kind of still do businesses with the current systems they have in place, which is something I think a lot of people don't realize.
Don't do that.
It's like, although transition is still a massive transition, there is
Thanks for believing in me, my good shade.
quite a lot of lead-up time. Plus, it's not too dissimilar from what they may be currently doing in some aspect, whether for good or bad. Let's just take the extra health here, I think. Or money. I was like, I want to take the money. But actually, the overflowing cup, could that be it? Oh, no. I remember now. I remember. The egg. We must take the egg.
I could use this.
Let's keep going.
One more stop.
We must take the egg and we must defeat Hades with the egg on. That is the true challenge. The true necessary deed that must be completed.
I've reached the surface.
So let's continue. Yeah, I suppose I think it's weird. I think my game's glitched out because I'm not hearing any audio music in the background. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I thought there was more music in this place than there actually is. But yeah, it's kind of annoying. It's the same reason why games companies will never change their business practices as well, because financially they're still making way more money by just essentially being a-holes about it and then just being like, where are we? And then until like we actually as a society wake up to, you know, that sort of business practices where people can just apologize for stuff, which is funny, isn't it? And I actually was noticing this sort of like. So apparently, someone from like say 5 years ago can make a mistake and say something really stupid, you know, and be ignorant of a particular thing without knowing the full facts. They can change their mind, and then about what they said or what they did, and they can apologize for it and try and make amends and all that stuff. But because they did it, they can have repercussions put against them later on in their life. And this could be like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever, you know, times change, everything else, usual stuff. Companies, on the other hand, could do something this week and be forgiven for it the next day. Like, one company could commit some stupid, horrendous thing, and then everyone suddenly forgets about it. You know, and what's hilarious is that company, what they will end up doing is they will probably sacrifice an employee because it'd be better for their branding to say one person did it rather than the whole company or a whole bunch of sales execs or actual executives that are completely out of touch with society. genuinely is that bad. And like, if you want good examples of this stuff, yeah, some of these fiascos probably last a bit longer and stuff like that. But wasn't there a alcoholic beverage company that did something in regards to that was obviously trying to expand their market, which is just fine, fair enough, but they didn't understand who their market was they were selling to. At which point you can understand that the people that were drinking their beverage decided that they suddenly didn't want to drink their beverage anymore. And what was worse is, rather than just like admitting to maybe like, oh yeah, but we want to make everything inclusive for everyone and so on, and actually showing that, they kind of just like, oh no, this drink is directly marketed at, you know, this group of people. And it's just like, it was people pleasing to the highest degree, I guess, in a way. It was that kind of like woke culture, people pleasing, you know? Which, trust me, I'm not a fan of. Like, I got fed up with people pleasing like ages ago. It was an absolute nightmare. I say you work your backside off just to turn around and basically get no respect out of it at the end of it anyway, and you know, you're still expected to abide by the rules that no one else seems to follow, because why would they? They're the ones that made them. And of course then it's the usual stuff of, oh, if you don't agree with them, then you're a such and such and such and such. You know. But yeah, as I said, the one thing that I always found not funny as in like haha funny, but funny as in kind of like I get why it's there and why it kind of needs to be there in some cases, but from a business standpoint, like actually like making money wise as a business, it's something that baffles me to the ends of the earth, pretty much. Like, I don't get how that makes you money as a business, and like this will come off in the wrong way, because it always will too. But essentially, if I was going to hire someone to do a job, yeah, regardless of what that job is or anything else as well, I've got a bunch of people that are, you know, applicable for the position. It's very tightly kind of monitored, things like that as well. I want to employ the best person out of those candidates, regardless of age, gender, race, or anything else as well.
Zang, I heard you got to Orpheus. He's got this whole entire ballad now about how you are really me, or maybe it's the other way around. I have no idea. Here.
Oh yeah, hangovers effects deal damage faster. Yeah, nice. Pick that up.
2 for 1.
So yeah, there's that kind of aspect that you just want to employ the person that is most applicable to do that particular task, that job, or anything else as well. And obviously, if you're going to argue on nuances, price can also be a factor into that. So when it comes down to what is the term as diversity hiring, essentially what ends up happening is in companies that essentially do want the best and things like that, they get stuck in this position where they have to essentially hire what the business would class as a diversity hire. So someone that is employed by the business but is not necessarily employed for their skill sets. They're just employed because they basically fit a criteria that they're forced to employ to make sure that they don't look like they're something. We'll heal him. which is really bad. It's like they waste time and resources, which, trust me, one of the biggest costs you ever see in most cases is like labor costs in most businesses anyway. Then they waste staff's time into employing people that are not the best people for the job, in some cases just to fit a criteria. And I know how hard job hunting and everything else can be, and how difficult it is, and people are never fair and everything else. Well, because people are never fair in most places, and that's the problem. That's why that stuff exists, which is the whole point of that. You know, essentially reason why like diversity departments exist in some cases, although they probably should just be bundled in with like HR. You know, because essentially it comes under the same degree. Like, I got no problem if someone can do my job better and essentially do it for cheaper, then they have all right to turn around and take my job from me. Regardless whoever they are. And in some cases, yeah, there are people that are employed that are not competent for stupid reasons, like they were the only person that got hired at the time. Let's do this now. It stops the poison is the main thing. There we go. But yeah, I know it all this come across bad no matter whatever I say, and even though it's kind of like, logically, it kind of makes sense, like you just employ the best person for the job, but nothing is ever that easy. And I say this because, like, you know, a few people I know, in some cases, literally got hired because they were a diversity hire, and they knew it as well. So, like in the group of people that I end up doing some of the freelance work for, there is a lovely lady that does amazing work. Like, she's far better than some of the stuff I can do, and she's taught me quite a lot, especially working in there. Almost like a work mother. Took care of me, taught me the ways, showed me the ropes, usual stuff like that. But she like really does know her stuff.
A whole entire sack of
And before she was working freelance, she used to tell me that she worked for a company and she was employed at a very high level to essentially to do like support work in regards to a development team, and was just there to make sure everything ran smoothly, made sure everything was okay. But because her job title and what her job things were so vague, she didn't actually do any work.
The vast temple of Styx and its innumerable dangers now are all that separates the underworld prince from the land outside, which he so desperately longs to see.
I've almost made it.
Which, yeah, she even said herself. I mean, that's why she eventually left the job and started working freelance, because...
After deliberating briefly, Cerberus concludes that yes, he shall accept the sack.
She just basically wasn't doing any work, and she wasn't getting paid, like, a small wage either at the time. Like, in some cases, this was, like, twice someone's wage. And, you know, again, that wasn't a small one either. She got paid way more money than me back then as well, even now. I could probably triple my current wage and I probably still wouldn't be earning the same amount of money.
Come show your father what you learned of late. Do not hold back.
I won't. We got the egg, that's all that matters. It's all about the egg. But yeah. It was just one of those things when she turned around and like we just got talking and stuff, like going over jobs and things, and I was just like, I want to just, you know, do you working with people, you want to get to know them a little better. So that's what I ended up doing, and yeah, she spoke about kind of like what she did before, and that's how I kind of found out, and I was just there being like, so you basically were doing a job that you didn't need to do, and she's like, yep, generally that's what she got paid to do. And not like in a bad sense, like, she does good work. It wasn't the fact like someone looked down upon her or anything else as well.
This can turn any small dispute into a war.
And that was the kind of the sad thing about it, was the fact that she was really good at her job. Like, her skill set and everything else was completely being underused. But it's kind of just what ends up happening, because essentially no one respected her skills enough, and it was very disappointing.
Got you. Which of our relatives aided you this time?
Which I thought was always a shame, because she's taught so much things that I now know about, like just programming and setting up tasks and all sorts of stuff like that, that, you know, is invaluable experience. And in most cases, like, even when she said, like, originally when she started out, hilariously enough, like, desk work and computer work was considered a woman's job. Like, that's how long she's been in the industry for. And I you know, I know it's always rude to ask someone their age, but at that point, it's like, so how old are you? But yeah, like, technology and stuff around for when she was working was considered a woman's job, which is a terrible thing to say in this day and age nowadays, but generally people looked at it that way. I mean, you wouldn't now to this day and age, and when it comes to most technology stuff, everyone's considered a male-dominated industry. Which is one of the reasons whenever I meet women with good tech skills, I'm like, get in the tech industry. They will hire you to do nothing. I know someone that literally went through that. Yeah, but even while she's working with us, she was on a fair whack then, which is kind of hilarious. But yeah, she was on a massive amount of money, and again, because the same applicable things applied to that, was the fact that essentially, even within our kind of group of freelance workers, essentially, we kind of picked up together at the time. I think we had 2 women in that group overall. And again, it wasn't for the lack of trying either. And then there was like 5 guys, so yeah, probably a slightly higher ratio of men. I mean, we were probably one of the only sort of like small groups at the time that were actually doing freelance work as a group that had that ratio.
Last you, boy. We should have never sprung from chaos. None of this. You win, boy.
And I defeated you with the egg.
See you at home.
Father's name.
There we go. We defeated him with the egg. At least I remember this time.
The master of this realm, Lord Hades, states that death is inescapable. There is considerable credence to his claim.
No. And we get taken again. Terrible.
Did pretty well that time.
That we did. That we did. Oh yeah, we've got to get the autograph as well.
Father, all these shades, aren't they going to let on that Mother's back? What if word spreads and the Olympians find out?
The shades don't leave her.
You are so well accustomed to defying me that you forget there are no others, either living or dead, who would so dare. None in this house shall speak of this until we are prepared to make any announcements on our own terms.
Sounds Sounds like you've got it all under control.
That it does.
Achilles, wanted to ask you more about the weapons I've been using. They can change shape. So they've molded themselves to suit me and remember their past wielders, something like that?
Something like that. They seem alive, don't they? Taking everything in. I think they long predate even your father's time. Some have seen many different owners. Chances are you shall not be the last.
In the meantime, I'll take good care of them.
That we will.
Hello there.
Let's do some renovations. Yeah. That is actually really great.
Since Ron's not paying us any heed, what say we go with this assignment, contractor?
Get more out of it. We've done all the stuff at the bedchambers, music. Guess we could spoil the stuff for the lounge, maybe. The jar.
Cerberus won't touch these things, although some shades seem to enjoy them fine.
The bones. Seat covering, meat hook. Look at all this. Ooh, fire pit.
Let's go with this. Should make the climate in the lounge a bit more comfortable for some of us.
You wish for war to go visit Asphodel?
Why not? Let me purchase random things. Oven kitchenette.
Work approved. All right, house contractor, go do your thing.
We're gonna waste all the gems on random stuff that we just really don't care about.
Here's
Expand the kitchenette.
Who am I to stop the shades there in the lounge from cooking up whatever it is they're making?
That would not have been next on my list.
Why not? I think it's great. Spice rack.
Contractor, I have another job. House contractor, I have a new job for you.
What did you purchase now?
Buy everything.
Well, I
Get the
don't see why
meats.
not. A fine display of dead meat seems very much in theme, I have to say.
You ought to be displayed with all the rest.
The cutlery.
Paid in full up front. Let's see what we get.
Look at how lovely we made this place.
Orpheus, you have to hear this straight from me. I vanquished my own father on the outskirts of the Temple of Styx, at the surface. I know how this looks since I'm back here, and so is he. You believe me, don't you?
Of course I do, my friend. Though you must know your father has requested his relationship to you be kept quite clandestine. You'll understand if I not sing your praises in this case, won't you?
Fine, all right.
So if there's anything that I can do for you, Nyx, you need but ask, all right? I plan to pull my weight.
Your services were always welcome here. Please acclimate yourself at your own rate. I am available to answer any questions you may have at any time.
Thank you, my friend. I have to tell you, it's good to be back.
Zag and his two mums.
Do you have to work with Hypnos pretty closely as part of your job, Dusa? Feels like I've been running into him a lot lately.
Mr. Hypnos, I have trouble getting through to him, I think. He gives me plenty of advice, it isn't really why I talk to him. I only talk to him when I don't have a lot of other choice, I guess.
I'll just keep talking to him so no one else has to.
Man, that's harsh. Poor Hypnos. Yeah, some extra keys, because we can get nectar from them later. So it's a good deal. Trade the vision. And we've done all of our talking.
You can have these, Chef. I'm much obliged.
Nice. Oh yeah, we should be able to get one of the other upgrades as well. It seems enough darkness. And...
another prophecy fulfilled.
vanquished on Hades, bearing into the cosmic egg.
Always having to oblige Master Chaos. Mirror of Night.
Now we've got to get more darkness to do that one.
A beautifully decorated, subtly enchanted ball containing traces of the hapless prince's past attempts to flee the underworld now accents a particularly cluttered corner of his room.
Always wanted my own scrying pool.
How are we done? Yeah, 37 attempts. Man, we've seen a lot of those. Yeah, but that is going to be it for this run. I mean, next time looks like it's going to be a sword run. We might have to try and do some other challenges as well if we can. Maybe look at the list of fates, see what we can break our way through on those. But again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.